Hello everyone. How's everyone doing? I hope you're good. Apologies as usual for the bouncy camera arm. Not changed it yet, have I? We'll see how it goes. Why am I coming on, or what am I doing today? Well, ultimately I'm going to be opening a deck that's literally just dropped onto my doormat. But I wanted to give a little backstory first. So if you want to jump straight to the deck, I will timestamp it so you can. But basically, I've brought a few decks in the last few months, just a few more Oracle than usual. So ultimately, don't really need another one. But I was watching a channel the other day, and now I think initially it was Owl Moon I saw this on. She was sharing the Lost Oracle, and that is the deck that you're going to see in a minute. And as I was watching this, I got really drawn in, and I really kind of started to feel like this was something I not only wanted but needed. But I stopped myself and I said, look, Isabel, you've got lots of decks you've not used for a long time. Don't go and buy a new deck. You get out some of the ones that you've got and use those instead. So I did. I went to my collection, and what I was looking for and what I'm trying to fill, the gap that this was all thinking about, was this kind of Samhain autumnal corner. I want something witchy, but not. Deeper, but also with a light side. And really kind of in colouring, sort of autumnal coloured. I have had the Samhain Seasons of the Witch Oracle in the past, but I got rid of that. I sold it on because I was not, although that was filling the gap, I was not, it wasn't filling it in the right way, and I just didn't get on with the words on the cards. I didn't get on, a lot of the pictures just didn't feel like what I wanted. So I went to my Oracle collection. Now that's something I need to film at some point. And I pulled out a few decks that I thought were the ones that were filling this gap I wanted at this point in time. So I started off. Now, I shared the other day my unboxing of a Hare's Odyssey, and at the time I said, oh, this is very autumnal. It's got lots of feels of like woods and trees and kind of that kind of time of year of maybe going on a cold journey with the moon shining. Now, I have actually pulled a couple of cards from this, and yes, the card I pulled this week was Courage, and it fitted for when I pulled it on that day. But this is a little bit more, it's deep, but it's also whimsical. It's a lovely deck, and the cards and the sayings are fantastic, but and it's quite nice as a kind of day pull to give me a bit of a kind of, what do I need to face today, or what am I going to face, or what can I take heart from today. But it's not filling the gap that I was thinking of, that perhaps the Samhain Oracle originally filled. So then I went back to my decks and I pulled out these three. So these are all quite similar, and to be perfectly honest, I'm not sure if actually they're too similar and I need to move one of or more of them on. These are all, this is the Earthbound Oracle, which unfortunately my gorgeous Kelly Bear pouch got damaged when I had a coffee upset. It's okay, it's just not brilliant. These are all decks that take perhaps more symbols. So you've got the Earthbound Oracle, which can be quite hard to come by, and I was really lucky to get hold of this. Antiquities of Magic, which is by Gillian C. Wilde, so Naked Heart Tarot creator. And the Practical Magic Inner Witch Oracle by Grounded by the Moon. So this one is sort of kind of themed slightly on the films, but does have also, is it Joseph's produced a tarot as well, but I don't have that, and there's currently a Kickstarter campaign for some new versions of this as of October 2024. so I pulled these out because to me, all three of these have a really do have the vibe of this time of year. But what I realised was that these all tend to focus on an individual item, symbol, something like that. So you've got fire, you've got grapes. So they are an individual, perhaps more of a symbolic, certainly the Antiquities of Magic. I think it describes itself as symbols act as clues to guide your personal growth. And then the same with the Earthbound Oracle. So you've got kind of individual symbolic pictures. And what I find is I kind of thought to myself, well, I still love these decks. But they're still not what I'm looking for. I find actually the reading with a single symbol like this a challenge. These cards are beautiful. Unfortunately, they took a bit of damage when I had my coffee upset, so I can't sell them on, and the gilding got wrecked. But anyway, I love the cardstock on these. It's really nice, really lovely cardstock actually. And again, that same concept of a symbol and maybe either a keyword. These are really nicely set up actually, you know, like family home, sacred space. I love the keywords on these. I've not really used this enough, to be perfectly honest. But again, I find it really difficult to, if I'm using this in a personal practice, it's not helping me to do what I want, which is almost to dig underneath, or, you know, perhaps if I were doing some ancestor work or trying to go beyond the veil or something. And so, although these all fitted like this time of year in my head, they still weren't, there was something still missing. And so I'd watched this video, The Lost Oracle, but I kept saying to myself, no, I do not need to get it. I don't need to spend money on another oracle. I've got piles of oracles and cards. I've got the Fairies Oracle was another one I pulled out. Let me just get that one. But the problem with this one, as I've said in about 300 different videos, is that I really want to study it before I use it properly, and I haven't done that yet. And ultimately, so the Brian Farroward Fairies Oracle is a very popular, gorgeous little oracle. And so I was looking at this oracle and I was like umming and ahhing, and it was sat in my Amazon basket. And I went on Amazon yesterday, and because I wanted to pick something else up, which I'll share in another video because it's kind of a little practical thing I've picked up. And lo and behold, the deck was on a deal. And if I bought 4 things, I got 5% off. And so this oracle, which I'd seen and wondered about because I'd been really drawn to it in other people's videos and kept putting off, thinking I've got enough decks, I don't need another one, was sat there flashing offer in my basket for £12.22. And then when I eventually bought it, I think with a bit of money off, it came to £11 something. Well, I think the universe was telling me that there was something in this. So I bought it. And I thought I would share it with you. So this is the Lost Oracle, my bargain purchase. On the front of the box, this has got a slight raised touchy-feely, which is really cool with the lantern. That's quite a key part of the deck. It is a rock pool deck. It is by Fiona Horne. Now, she's the writer. The illustrator is somebody else. Unfortunately, the illustrator is not on the box, which is a real shame. I think their name will be in the book, so we'll have a look inside, but I know they're not the illustrator. So basically, it's looking at kind of harmony, talking about shining a light. So that's kind of where the lantern comes in. So you've got these kind of 3 colours. The box itself, we've got red, let joy be your compass. And then the base is black, trust what lies ahead. Let's put those over there out of the way. You've got the guidebook again, so it's the same as that. So Fiona Horne, and then Veronica Collins is the artist. So it's a real shame that her name doesn't feature on the box, really, but they do have a page at the back, so that's, at least they've got a page at the back of the book. So born in Massachusetts. Now let's have a look and see. So illustration wise, she goes under the work of Dark Solis, Dark, and then Solis. And then Fiona has done The Naked Witch, Art of the Witch, Team Magic, Magic of You, Dark Magic Oracle. Now I know Magic of You Oracle was quite popular. I don't have either of those decks. They haven't appealed to me. A bit of an introduction. I do think that this is something I was looking for. Using the cards. Bit about definition, talking about using crystals, moldavite and amethyst. A couple of spreads, threefold daily devotion, lost cross, and then the cards. And each card has a small colour picture, and then some information. They have the title and then a key phrase. And in fact, there's sort of good amount of writing about each one. It tells you a little bit about the card. It tells you a bit about, you know, where the thoughts come. And then it has this lantern. The cards are all slightly different in terms of colour. The back of the book is red. So you've got kind of this red and black and cream colourway. Cards have a black edging, or matte edging. Unfortunately, something I did read was someone was talking about the colour coming off. Now, I've rubbed my finger along and you won't be able to see, but the black is transferring onto my fingers, so that's something I'm going to need to be careful of, and it's a bit of a shame because it means that it'll easily rub off with use. And in fact, you can see it on the inside of the band. This is paper, which is nice, and it's come off very easily, so it's not damaging the cards. The cards are a fairly standard rock pool size, which means they're a nice size to use. They're slightly bigger than tarot. They are a gorgeous, can you hear that? A beautiful mat. I know not everyone likes that, but I really like this cardstock. The backs are beautiful. So again, you've got this same lantern in the same wooded sense. The colours, the burgundy red, the star shining out the light. And it talks about, as I say, the light, this oracle shining the way, which is, I think that's really cool, kind of bringing that into the back of the card. In many respects, the card isn't reversible, but that doesn't matter with an oracle so much. I don't tend to be bothered about that kind of thing, but if you were, and then you've got 36 cards. So for some people, that's not enough. I'm not too bothered myself. It's nice to have more cards, but I haven't paid a lot. And ultimately, if the cards are good, 36 means that you've got enough to go on. So let's have a look. So each of the cards, as I say, you've got an illustration, what its title is and something. So this one is Pierce the Veil, and it says move beyond illusion. So obviously there's some blank space on the card. Harvest of the Heart. So this is where you start to see some of this sense of the autumnal time of year. Balance, strength and vulnerability. Bounty of happiness. This gift is for you. It's kind of simplicity here. Power and might, be free from judgment. This is a card, so when I bought it on Amazon, they talk of 3 cards. This is one of the ones they put a description up of, and this was one of the cards that really made me think about this time of year. You've got like the pumpkin, the harvest of the apples. It really is that kind of, we're in that autumn vibe. And you know, power and might is not about a big strong kind of sense. It's about, it says here, now be free from judgment. Now the only thing again is, just to say, we've got some bleeding of the edging onto the cards, so that's just a real shame. I'm not too fussed, but it's just a shame. Found, trust what lies ahead. Now, as you can see, we've got some cards that have been given a black background. Some people might find that irritating, because I know some people don't like it if their cards are not uniform. This is cool. Celestial Queen, the stars will guide you. That's really sweet. We've got the transfer of the lantern. The same shapings going on. I love this card, the crone, know your power. I love these wheat coming round. Again, that sense of harvest with the crone. Disenchant, you are protected. Oh, sorry. Just not quite getting these in the right place. Apologies. You can see the witches here and the spiky thorny bush. I didn't realise that that was 3 characters in hooded gowns at first. So it just shows, doesn't it? Beacon of fortitude, ground and connect. I love the hints as well of tarot coming in. You know, these senses of the first one was like the Ace of Swords. Here you've got almost the Ace of Pentacles. Elixir, your wish is granted. So again, unfortunately, we've got bits of the black transferred. It is brushing off on some cards. Enchantment, use your words consciously. Encirclement, I like this one. Love will flourish, and again, this black is everywhere. Enchanted unity, let animals be your guides. That's really cool. You've got like a dog and a cat, a boar and a raven with the broom and the book. Ah, now here's your Ace of Wands. Furnace, take action. I'm assuming that, yeah, that's your fire, isn't it? So I'm assuming that we've therefore got, because the others were similar as well, weren't they? So if I look, they will represent the earth, fire, water, air. Gallant, accept healing energies. Oh, look. Green man, it's time to grow. So again, another one that really kind of hints at this time of year. The stag, ride between the realms. Apologies, there's a teeny bit of nudity, drawn nudity there. Hand of fire, stoke your inner flame. This is another gorgeous one for this time of year. I think this is one that was pulled. Harvest ritual, trust the endings in life. So it very much is the kind of deck to use now. And that's a really interesting one for this time of year and where the veil's thin. Hearth, broaden your horizons. This really is the colours, the words, the house of love. You shall be loved. Definitely feels more me than the Samhain Seasons of the Witch did. Lost, choose joy as your compass. Now this is the reverse of the book. So it's the book is a zoomed in part of this. The book cover, sorry. Blessed resilience, you can weather the storm. Primordial, this is another card I saw and love. Primordial passion, leave your mark. Midnight brew, the alchemy of you. Nascent, your potential is ripe. So again, we're harvesting the fruit that's ripened on the tree. Naivety, cultivate innocence. That innocence flower there. Papillon, your courage will be rewarded. So obviously butterflies. These are poppies. There's a pupa in there. They've obviously, I think they must have just broken out, to be honest. Phenomenon. Oh, that's a really cool card. Look at that. Expect the extraordinary. It's like wings. Phoenix style with this gorgeous, whether it's a moon or... Raconteur, you are the catalyst. Spiral, time for rest. What is it with people and snakes? Sorry. Time for rest and repose. Ancestral alchemy, you see again, very much this time of year. Conjure your legacy. Stardust and soil, opposites attract. Under siege, uproot your habits. Oh, it's beautiful. Look at that. Unguarded, trust the unexpected. Just putting that trust in that bear. And chalice, there we go. Ace of Cups, chalice of clarity, be nourished. No, sorry. Chalice of charity, be nourished. So beautiful cards. They do feel a bit weird because of this gilding, so my fingers feel a bit icky. I'm assuming over time that will get better. It's definitely what I wanted, I think. It's that sense of things that relate to this specific time of year, that kind of sense of crossing from in October to November, that sense of Samhain and the autumnal harvest, and it relates to person and humanity and things rather than being items. So I think that this is really lovely. I've pulled out a few tarot decks to pair this with, and I think actually, let me just have a look, because I think this would go really well with some of those decks I showed before. So here's the Earthbound Oracle. Let's just put a couple of cards either side. So yeah, you know, you could see that working really well. It's almost too same though. Terror, Pierce the Veil, Sleep. Maybe there's just too much going on there. With that one, it's too samey, or maybe it's too complicated. Maybe that's adding the wrong layer. Let's have a look at a couple of tarot decks I've pulled out. So one of the decks that I immediately thought of that I don't use very often because I find it a challenge. This is one of my earliest Kickstarters, and this is the Transient Light Tarot. Now, this isn't shuffled. So the Transient Light Tarot by Ari Weisner. Let's just, neither of the decks are shuffled, so that's really silly. So I'm just going to pause a minute and I'm going to get everything shuffled. Okay, so I've not reshuffled them for ages. I would say that I haven't riffle shuffled this. I'm not very good at riffle shuffling at the best of times, but it just felt like it needed overhanding, so that'll be something to play with. This deck didn't want to riffle. It's just decided to wreck a card, but never mind. So yeah, look at these colours. Okay, I've managed to shuffle in reverse, which wasn't helpful, but look, how cool is that? So you've got like the same kind of sense of a harvest in the Three of Wands here, the feel, the colours. You've got the round and the pumpkin there. Yeah, cool. Look at that. Oh, look, cups, vessels, the hands becoming predominant. So this could work really well. I think it will depend on the card, but I mean, you've got some reflection there. It very much is the same kind of feel. I did think it would work quite well. And actually it works quite well because this one has got a little bit more humanity in it than this. This is all done very symbolically. You know, maybe that works really well. But look, so you've got kind of containers. You've got the jewellery that's reflected almost in the shapes there. Coolio. Yeah, I think they're perhaps going to work. Maybe I need to bring this deck out, having not used it for a while. So I'm going to leave that one out. What else have I got? So that was the Transient Light Tarot by Ari Weisner. It does have a mass market version now. That is the indie, because I got it when they first produced it. Sorry, they first produced it. Now, naturally, I've put all my decks back in order. So the next one I'm going to try is my standard deck for this time of year. Oh! Which I'm now flinging everywhere. It's shouting at me. It's telling me off. This, as you will have just seen, is a very angry Halloween tarot. I always think that if a tarot deck flies everywhere when you shuffle it after not using it for a while, it's basically going, what on earth? I didn't use it very much last year, so it's like, you little shit. Okay. I'm just trying to riffle shuffle. See, I'm really crap at that. There we go. Right. It's not going to be well shuffled, but it's shuffled. Let's see, because this tends to be what I use at this time of year. I'm not convinced. My concern is that the Halloween tarot is, I love the Halloween tarot. It has a really serious shout at me side whilst also being playful. But I'm wondering if it's too playful for this. Let's see. Oh, I don't know. What do we think? What do people think? I'm not even central. 2 secs. 1, 2, 3. Oh my god. I should just not bother, should I? Right, let's see. We've got an Empress, Lost, Ace of Imps. So what do we think? Lost, Empress, Ace. Not sure. Oh, geez, look, I've done it. Oh, maybe, look. I'm just going to have to... High Priestess, Queen of Bats, Blessed Resilience. You can weather the storm. Or maybe, actually, because, like, your High Priestess is a little bit about resilience, isn't it? And about, like, you can see you've got a lady. We've got a cat. Hello. The black cat transfers. Queen of Bats, can't remember which one that one is, so we're just going to... Oh my goodness, bats, more bats. Bats, Swords under siege. I'm not sure. I think the Halloween Tarot is just shouting at me. I'm going to give it a go. See, the thing is, the Halloween Tarot, as I say, is a little bit more playful. I haven't yet found an oracle that really... It didn't like the Samhain. It didn't like the Seasons of the Witch either. I'm not sure if it's liking this one. Maybe it just likes to be on its own. Maybe that's the problem. Oh well. Let's see. Well, I'll have a go, but I've got it out anyway. What you don't know is that behind me is complete chaos because I put my tarot decks live in trays that go on a shelf that have stuff in front of them, and I have to move everything to get to them. And so I've had to move everything to get to these. What else have I found? Oh, geez, what else could I use this time of year? I don't have zombie tarots. I don't have werewolf tarots or vampire tarots. So I don't have... I have like autumnal ones like Druidcraft. This is another... Oh, this one stinks. Jeez. This is my Labyrinth tarot. I love my Labyrinth tarot. This is the Titan Books Labyrinth tarot. Lucky. Now, to be perfectly honest, I want to pair this with the Fairies Oracle, but as I've already said, Fairies Oracle has not yet been studied, so this could work. Ooh. Again, this one's... Oh, look! On top. Whoa, this could work. Obviously, if you don't know already, the Labyrinth Tarot by Titan Books is one of those I'm going to be pippish ones. It has pots and rubbish and junk and pots and something else and something else. Look, it's a cauldron. It's a cauldron. Fabulous. I think this might work. Upside down again, never mind. I think this could work, you know. Ooh, might have to keep this one out as well. Right, okay. So we've got a Labyrinth, yes. A Halloween that's shouting at me. Anyone else ever get that? Transient Light, I think, is definitely a good shout. I'd have got my Lord of the Rings Titan one, but I'm going to leave that one for now. Any other pairs? No. But look, I am so pleased with this, and I'm so glad I got it, and I got it out. Let's finish by giving it a shuffle. I'm not even going to try for shuffling. We're going to give it a shuffle in different ways. I like to do a bit of, like, okay. Let's see. I've brought you into my collection, and I'm very excited to work with you. I'm going to throw you all over the floor. Don't shout, don't shout. I want you just to give me my first message. You want me to split up? You want me to go there? Okay. What have we got? Let's put those over there. Oh, Harvest of the Heart. Balance, strength and vulnerability. Let's have a look at the guidebook then and see. From the battlefields of fate, a warrior emerges dressed in armour that speaks of resilience and fortitude. However, within the warrior resides a profound understanding of vulnerability, epitomised by the unguarded arm that symbolises openness to safe and gentle interactions. This card calls upon you to reap the harvest of your fortitude, acknowledging the nourishment found in weathering storms and basking in the warmth of the sun. It is warm at the moment. The warrior's message for you now is to comprehend the divine transformation that comes by balancing guardedness with vulnerability. As a warrior in your own life, you sometimes struggle to achieve this balance. Bloody, 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 blah. Gosh. Well, it says, in times of earthly tribulations, I've got some of those, in inner and external conflict, cast your gaze up to the sky, for there lies your connection to the divine energy that is fuel for the wisdom of forgiveness. Harvest of the Heart. Well, that's the message it gave me. Balance, strength and vulnerability. I'm going to have that card out and see what it... Yeah, see what it calls to me. Oh, I love the illustrations as well. I love that they're characterful but simple as well. Cool. So that is the Lost Oracle, folks. I'm sorry, it's been one of those videos. I hope you don't mind. I hope you've enjoyed it. Do join me again. I've got a couple of others I'm going to record. But in the meantime, take care of yourselves and see you again soon. Bye.